Yeah, I'm going to have to start coming in earlier. Because sure enough, Jackass Squad has started taking my spots up there in front of the middle. But then again, they're everybody's spots. I don't have any exclusive rights to them. But good morning, everybody. It is Monday. And unless, call me crazy, call me foolish, call me irresponsible. But I was kind of expecting nothing from SDCC and as far as Doctor Who goes. And we pretty much got nothing. Now, did I miss something? If I did, please feel free to tell me in the comment box. Or, we're on live chat right now. So, update me. Because all I saw was a small, teeny tiny, once again, trailer for War Between the Land and the Sea. And I'm sitting there going, if that's the highlights of this miniseries, that's all you want to share. That worries the shit out of me. I'm like, really? And I love all the comments. Unit is back, blah, blah, blah. Where's Osgood? I said, probably because nobody could stand tolerating working with the Ho. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to find out that was the case. Considering what I went through, and I'm just a humble brain dead who hangs out on, it was then Twitter. The infamous Osgood Oliver incident. Comedian who couldn't take a joke. Then tried to get a whole bunch of lackeys to jump on, and it didn't really work. Because I just kind of like, sorry, nothing I can do. But of course my apology disappeared along with everything else. Because that's what happens when you're a verified user versus me, who's not going to pay money and never going to be a verified user on that platform. Well, it's X now. But that's a whole nother story. That's a long time ago. What's worrying me is the present. So far, that's all we've gotten for War Between the Land and the Sea. A teeny tiny little clip, teeny tiny this, and now a teeny tiny little trailer. And it's like, guys, you need all the help you can get right now. Because it's looking like the main show is on indefinite hiatus. If there had been good news, we'd have heard it by now. It would have already been all over the place. But no, all we've gotten is quiet, quiet. I think I even heard a couple of crickets doing the nasty off in some corner of the room. It's all it was literally, just go look it up, because I thought it was new. But like I said, maybe I'm just crazy, but I was like, that was it? It was like maybe 30 seconds of trailer. I don't either, and I don't think it was, well, people are calling it a spinoff. I'm thinking it's more like a mini-series. Because really, do you honestly think there's going to be a recurring series about War Between the Land and the Sea? And so far, I didn't see any Sea Devils in them clips. I didn't see any Silurians in those clips, Sea Devils I would have expected to see. But no, all we got are these weirdos they're showing. They look like they were rejects from Aquaman. Yeah, I saw the bits for Circuit Breaker, which will involve Joe Martin, the fugitive doctor, and yeah, that part is good news. That's going to be a multimedia deal, like they did back in the day with some other things, where it's going to be unlike, oh God, I had put it out of my mind and forgotten it, but now it's back. Doomsday. Oh, the clips for that just wanted me to go smack my head against a brick wall until I saw what was left of my brains. Oh, but okay. Imagine that beach party unit. Okay, There'd at least be a couple of members of the unit who'd be bitching unless they gave them some good all-terrain wheelchairs. You know? And of course, we'd have, what's her name there, Rose Noble, rocking a bikini. Probably sitting in the back manning a tablet. And that'd be about it. Yeah, Doomsday. Oh, God. I didn't. Just watching the clips made me cringe, okay? But I have more faith in, Joe Martin, the fugitive doctor, and all that than I did in that particular debacle. Blame my mom. Oh, God. Oh, you look like a reject from a steampunk group. Oh. But yeah, there's word going around everywhere, like I said, of various other things. But like I said, nobody has anything solid. It is becoming more and more apparent that that they've decided to throw in the towel with the Disney thing happening, not happening, and they just don't want to come out and admit it. They're all, except for RTD, he's not admitting anything, but he's running around doing all these interviews, acting overjoyed and all that. And then you start asking about, well, it's, they never really put any real questions about the future of Doctor Who to him, though, in any of these interviews I've seen. Or they have, and it's been edited out. You're physically farting? So you're... That's good for you. Yeah, Dragon Island, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I want to even get invested in it. The War Between Land and the Sea. I don't even know if I even want to bother reviewing it, because it's like we're getting the cold shoulder. They just don't want to come out and admit, we put too much into this and we effed up. Come on, when Shooty bailed, I think it was pretty much apparent that, something's wrong here. Because, remember, he's sitting down there for Graham Norton, and that bit that got out about, we're coming back to film soon, and all of a sudden, that bit disappears. Which means he was anxious to come back and film Series 3. And then that lame-ass excuse, well, I'm getting old. Really? Oh. Now you're going to make me touch my screen. Okay, enough of that. I wonder if people like this masturbate every day thinking I've accomplished something by flooding a chat. It's like, dude, a mindless bot can flood a chat. I can press a button and flood a chat. If I really want to. It's called macros. Whatever. It's the macro. No, but okay. I'm sorry, I'll let you all sit there pretty much and do and say everything, but when you try flooding out the chat, you're gone. Sorry. That, and I don't trust YouTube to keep something running that well, but yeah, I'm happy Peacemaker's coming back finally. See what else happening. Yeah, Long Walk got a new trailer. I hope they don't screw that up too badly. Yeah, Wednesday's coming back. With Billy Piper. Yeah, Welcome to Dairy. Yeah, it looked good. Because they do got a lot of background to cover for, that particular story. I think they're going to go into a lot of the stuff that happened before, you know, the Losers Club encountered, it or whatever, Pennywise and all that. At least that's what the gist I'm getting from the trailers. Yeah, probably an AI bot. Like I said, it's just think, I know another reason why a lot of people are out there panicking, actors especially, because they're afraid they're going to be replaced by AIs. Oh, man. But at the same time, there's a lot of things AIs can't bring to the table, which is gravitas, which is real world, which is, but Joanna Lumley's going to be in that. Yeah, Billy Piper's going to be in that. Very interesting lineup for Wednesday coming up. But sadly, it's been how long now, and no formal announcement about what's going on with Doctor Who. I know Ian Levine's been having a field day on X, going to various things. Also, his rants about Trump are now become epic. Like I said, folks, you can bitch about whoever's in the hot seat all you want. It doesn't matter. The president, effectively, since around the time of Kennedy, has been a middleman. Yeah, Ian's been having himself a good old time going on and on about this and that, and it's like, well, he's seen it all before, and it does seem to be everything right out of the 1989 playbook. Yeah, there's an old saying out there, true power rests behind the throne, and sadly that's been the way it is. It's been, pretty much from our whole Congress up for the last how many decades. Like I said, folks, we were in deep trouble when they ran the Creature from Jekyll Island through on Christmas of 1913 and got that passed. And it's like, yeah, look at how well that's done. I remember I had somebody going, anybody here remember in 2013, did you hear anything about the centennial anniversary of the Federal Reserve? Of course you didn't. You heard anything about it when it comes around anytime after that? No. Why? Because it's been a disaster. Exactly. It doesn't matter who gets into the office. It's pretty much, everything's already been decided probably by somebody else or a group of somebody else's. And, I think George Carlin had it right when he said, forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the illusion that you have freedom of choice. You don't. Well, I know the quote-unquote Mark Hamill way called the island he was supposed to have been on. Isn't that off of Ireland? Yeah, all right, yeah, you beat me to it, yeah. The Jedi, whatever, the Jedi Blue Milk Factory, whatever the hell. Turns out the original Jedi were secretly drinking the blue milk because it gave them more midichlorians. Wouldn't that be a hell of a twist? Okay. Yeah, we originally got our power from drinking some blue milk from these critters. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to really go into it. We've lost so many, good people, legends in the last few days, last couple of weeks, but sadly, that's one of the things that happens as you get older. You have to watch people you grew up with, people you looked up to, and legends, friends as well, and all that pass. Oh well, I just looked at the time. I have got to get inside. So please take care of yourselves. Be kind, be calm, be safe. We'll hopefully see you all again tomorrow morning. Until then, like I said, we've heard nothing. So I guess we'll expect nothing for a while yet. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your mornings.